everybody. So in this video in Linux fundamentals, this is the second part of the sftp setup. And this is where I want to show you how to set up the public key permission. So this is really the best way to go. And this is what you're going to want to do. So let's take a look at this. And I had to work on this a little bit and try to get this working to make sure that it did work. And I'll show you something that I did see. So, well, let me show you right now. So sftp1 more etc password. I'm going to show you the password file, and you can see sftp1, the home folder is home sftp1, okay? So prior to this, when I first set this up, it was upload. It was just /upload. And I don't think that's what we want. We can go in there. Let's go in there and look. Now, what I tried to do is just set up the .ssh permission in this /upload, its home folder right here. And for some reason, whatever reason, .ssh is set to 700 as permission. Right there, you can see that. And if I go in there, cd.ssh, and there's authorized keys, and if we do a more authorized keys, that is the public key that should allow access. Now, what I did then was attempt to log in, and let me show you this. So if we go here, etc password, I'm going to VI this, and I'm going to go down here, and for sftp1, I'm going to change this home directory just back to upload, and I'll show you what happens. All right, so that's changed to upload. Now if I go over here to this computer, so this is the current PC10, I'm going to clear this, and I'm going to try to SFTP into this box using SFTP1. Okay, so in theory, this should work. Upload is outside of the environment where the jail environment, which is /data SFTP1. But you can see right here, this is failing. It's offering the public key, but it doesn't work. It goes to password. You can see that right there. So putting that in the upload directory does not work. However, so what I did was I moved it to home SFTP1, and it's really the same setup. ls-al, let's look. There's .ssh, owned by SFTP1 SFTP users as the group. .ssh, cd.ssh ll, and there it is again. Now this is set to same thing, authorized keys set the same exact way, same size, everything looks the same. All right, so now vi etc password, I'm going to change that home directory back to home sftp1. Okay, so that is changed to home sftp1, where we have the exact same setup as the upload folder. So I'm not sure why that's not working, but it isn't. And I was trying to play around with it. Let me Control C out of there. I'm going to clear, and you can see I'm debugging with the -v. So if we hit it now, we're logged in. So it offered this, and server accepted it. So it's interesting. So we put home sftp.ssh authorized keys And that works. So we put it outside of let me show you where the actual data is. In data, let's just LL. So here's the data, sftp1. This is the data folder. And there's the upload folder. And let me go back to this computer here. So if we do an ls-al, we can see we are in the root of this. So can I go up? Slash ls. No, see, I can't go up. So this is, I am jailed and I am in here, and this is what I want. cd upload ls ls-al. There you can see the files that are in here. You can do a put. I put a file in here, downloads test1 and ls-al. So everything's working. So here's what you want to do. Basically what you want to set up is outside of the jailed environment, outside of /data sftp1, where I'm putting all the data. This is where the person will, or the user will upload their stuff. You want to do authorized keys in another location, and that can be that will be the home directory. So if we're setting up a user, and let me show you this. Here's how we'd set up a user. And we can probably create a little script for this, but what we're going to do is I'm going to exit out of there, do a history. So it's going to be like this user add. We're adding it to the SFTP users. We're going to give it the home of SFTP2. So for this example, and let me copy this, and we'll create a new one. And just make sure that this works. All right, so we're going to make this SFTP3. 3, hit enter. It's going to request my password. All right, so we've created the user. So now we want to go to data, and I'm just going to go in sudo su and just go in here and just go to data. So I've created the user. So you can see data, we just have SFTP1. So let's make directory SFTP3. And we're going to make the owner of that SFTP3. No, we're going to leave it root and SFTP users. For that. So now if we look, that looks right. And let's do an LL SFTP1. So then we just want upload. We want the upload folder. So let's do that. cd sftp2 ll. Sorry. 3. So sftp3. Make directory upload. And what we're going to do here is we're going to change owner SFTP3, SFTP users. All right. Oh yeah. Upload. LL. Okay, so that looks good. So now you can see what this did. This added the user, added it to the group SFTP users, created the home directory. Let's see if that's there. cd home. And there it is. So cd sftp3. So now ls-al, there is no .ssh. So what we're going to do is actually just copy the .ssh from SFTP1. And that's only because we already have that. It's going to be the same key. We're not going to use a new key right now, but let's do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy from root sftp1 .ssh, and I'm just going to copy that here. And I'm going to do a -r for recursive, and let's see what that did. ls-al. Okay, so now you can see .ssh is here. Now let's make sure we have the permissions right on .ssh. So that's a 700. So ll, let's do ls-a al to show our hidden sftp1. All right, so the permission should be the user and sftp users on that. So change owner sftp1 sftp users .ssh. Okay. ls-al. That looks good. Let's go up into .ssh. And we have the authorized keys. And again, I think this should be the same. I think I just want to do this. Authorized keys, but let's confirm that. And okay, we don't want that actually. We want sftp3. And let me go back up, make sure I have that right. sftp3, whoops, .ssh. Let's do an ll. Where am I? cd ... Okay, so we're going to do this. ls-al. Okay, so now that looks correct. All right, so all the permissions are correct now on there. We have the home folder. We have the data folder. Let's just make sure data looks right. And ll sftp3. Make sure I put that right in there. sftp3. Yep. Okay, that looks good. So now at this point, what we can do is let's test this. So we go over here. We're already connected in here, right? So there should be nothing in here, but let's do this. So we're going to do sftp3. And there we go. So that connects us right in there. So that is the way you would set up authorized keys. Okay, so the last thing we want to do is, let's exit out of there. Actually, let's reconnect. Let's just show ls-al cd upload, just show this is a different one. ls-al. So there's nothing else in here. cd/opt. Let's see. No, I can't get there. cd/pwd. There I am in the slash directory. ls-al. You can see I'm locked in this jail. So, okay. So the last thing we want to do though is disable. Once we enable authorized keys, we want to disable password authentication. So to do that, let's go back to our Rocky machine, and we're going to vi etc ssh sshd config, and we're going to go down to the bottom of this file where we added the match group, right? So this is where we're going to do this. So we're going to, and we're locking them into that folder. So we'll just do password. I'll just paste this in. Password authentication, no. So escape, WQ, system, CTL, restart, SSHD, There, it's restarted. Perfect. Let's go back here. And now what we should see here, if it doesn't have a key, it should not allow us in. Let's see, how can we show that? So I exited out. Let's go in. Make sure this is working. It is working. Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'll go over here, vi etc password. I'll go in here and I'll change the home folder so it doesn't have. Yeah, I'll change that to upload, which should not work because it hasn't before. WQ. Okay, so now I don't have to restart anything. Let's go back and just make sure that it doesn't prompt us for a password. And that's right, connection closed. And you can see right here, public key and password's not listed there. All right, so that is how you would limit it just to, let me change this back though, before we quit. I just want to change this etc password. Where am I? Vi etc password. And I'll just change this back to home sftp3. So this is the way to do that. And home sftp3 wq, and let's just make sure it works one more time. And boom. Yep, SFTP. So SFTP using public private keys, disabling password authentication. That's the secure way to go. So you have, what you do is you request that whatever company is connecting to you, you say, generate the key, send me your public key, you put the public key in here, and then they're able to connect securely, and it's better than a password. It keeps everything much more secure. So that is the way that I would recommend. And if you want, you can also lock it down in a firewall to whatever IP they're coming from. If you want to keep it even more secure, you can do that in the firewall. Just lock it down if they have a pad address that you can use. All right, so thank you for watching. I hope it's been helpful. Thanks.